Okay, this video is how to handle sleep deprivation when you are on the snake diet and your fasting is making it difficult for you to get some sleep. The way I did it was I ate my refeed. If it were 3 o'clock in the morning and I'd been on a snake juice fast for 5, 6 days, 7 days, 9 days, or longer, and I couldn't get my sleep, and it was critical that I get my sleep. When those nights would come along, I'd break my fast with my refeed, and I would make sure that my refeed was heavy on the carbohydrates. That always worked for me. Put me right to sleep. I never took any of the over-counter meds because I didn't want it to mess with my metabolism. I didn't want to have to come back from taking a little bit of over-the-counter meds and have it mess up a week's worth of progress or set me back a week. I just, my body was so sensitive to food, let alone medication, over-the-counter medications. I never even tested it, but I knew that I might be very, very sensitive to over-the-counter medications like one person mentioned valerian and going and buying melatonin and taking melatonin. There's something called GABA. I'm not sure what that is, but I got to look that up. That this person mentioned. I would never, ever, 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 ever take anything over the counter to help me sleep when I knew that all I had to do was go make some rice or eat a bowl of cereal or eat a donut or make a couple potatoes, or just eat my regular refeed and then go lay back down, settle down, and just wait for sleep to take me over. It always worked. I remember many times that I would be sleep deprived laying in bed, even after training, thinking, wow, why am I so wide awake, right? And sometimes I would just deal with it. And I would just go into the next day without sleep. That's how, I was focused, man. But when I had to get sleep and I was on a long fast, because that's when it usually happened, when I would go for longer than 4 days, 6 days, I would start having a problem going to sleep. I wouldn't get 8 hours. I would only get like 5 or then maybe 4. And when it came down to say doing a 7 to 8 day fast, 9 day fast, and I was laying in bed like, this is ridiculous, right? I would love to eat, but I can still keep going, but I just can't lose the sleep, and I had to juggle and weigh the options. Sometimes I would just keep going, and I would deal with a 2-hour nap and just keep going. It was exciting to me, right? Because I knew that I'd wake up and be lighter. Sometimes, though, that would set me off on a plateau, and I'd have to deal with it, right? But we're not talking about breaking plateaus. We're talking about going to sleep. So, just very quickly, when I was on a long fast and I needed that sleep, I always went and just broke my fast, had my refeed. That put me to sleep. And sometimes I would break that fast with my regular refeed and it still wouldn't be putting me to sleep. I would go up and then I would get real serious about it, and I would find something sweet. I would eat a big 2-3 spoonfuls of honey. I would take in some sugar. I've already broken my fast. I got to restart again. So let's do it. Let's go out. Let's go down in flames, man. Let's bust this fast wide open. And when I wake up, my fast has already begun. No food. I'm already on the next one, right? My go-to was sugar, carbohydrates. I went straight to the carbs. I went right to the refeed. When I needed sleep, that's what I did. I never took over-the-counter meds. I would advise nobody take over-the-counter meds, because if you don't take them, you're not at a loss. But if you take them, you're risking maybe not getting the progress that you want, maybe setting yourself back, maybe, it could throw a wrench in the works for a while. If you're okay with risking that, then go ahead and take your over-the-counter meds. I also wouldn't take them because you might become dependent on them. It just might be a psychological thing, because a lot of addiction is psychological. And you really got to be careful. A lot of people start getting addicted to serious narcotics with over-the-counter meds. If you have an addictive personality and you've already made it through the woods and you've made it out of a fire in your life and you're starting a snake diet, do not take that as a go pass for you to start taking over-the-counter meds, because I guarantee you, you're going to fall back into your old ways of addiction. You're going to go right back to that old shitty lifestyle you were living. It'd be like someone who's addicted to crack, free of crack for 5 years, and decides on a whim to say, hey man, yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to celebrate with a big bag of crack. You're right back in it. Don't allow your foot, a pinky nail, to even get close to the door to go through. Just stay away from medications if you need sleep. Eat some freaking carbohydrates. It's better to come back from ingesting a little bit of water and sugar than it is to mess things up with medications and risk all kinds of domino effects that you don't want. All right? That being said, it's time for me to go train, guys. Talk to you a little bit later. Bye.